All right, we are here with Astros outfielder Kyle Tucker. He's launching this new foundation. You can see it at kyletuckerfoundation.org.
Yep.
Correct? So why don't you tell us a little bit about how you got started with all this?
Yeah, so we've been discussing maybe possibly starting a charity at some point, and we were kind of in between of what we really wanted to do. And so the Kyle Tucker Foundation is primarily focused on hospice care. So we're helping out the families and hospice care providers, helping out them basically because hospice care is mostly run through foundations, donations, and charitable donations towards them. Because they'll either bill Medicare, but necessarily depending on the person or patient, that doesn't necessarily cover everything.
Right.
And the rest is covered. So the families and patients don't have to worry about the financial aspect of it. Because really, during that time period, you shouldn't have to be worried about the financial backing behind all that.
Right.
You should just really be family oriented and focus on spending time with one another.
So hospice care is primarily comfort at end of life, right?
Yeah. Not so. Mostly, there are people that just go in there maybe for a little bit and get out, but for the most part, it's just comfort and making sure everything is good, towards the end of a person's life.
Okay. And I understand that at the beginning you're going to be primarily focusing on Houston and which community in Florida?
In Tampa.
Tampa. Yeah. Okay. You've got it off the ground running. What's the next step for the foundation?
Yeah, so we have a Topgolf event coming up next week in Tampa, and we'll also set up stuff here in Houston as well to help out with that. But we're just going to try and raise as much money to cover a lot of the expenses and stuff, because they might need some help with that, paying for medications or room and board and stuff like that for their patients, or because they also have programs for families for like grieving and whatnot. So and not only helps out the patients, but it helps out the families as well. So that's great, because they've helped out my family a ton. This couple months ago, it was actually during the playoffs. My grandfather, which is kind of the leading into how we started the foundation. My grandfather was in hospice care, and where he eventually passed away. And they've hospice care in Tampa, where he was at, was so wonderful with our family and helping out and everything, making sure everything was okay. And so that was kind of the reason why we wanted to do hospice and help them out. So it's kind of where we wanted to go, and we're just going to try and build off our first event next week and see where things go. And we'll probably do a bunch of bigger stuff here in Houston as well.
Great.
I'm excited to see where it all ends up.
So for people watching this, where can they go to make a donation now?
Yeah, so you can go to the kyletuckerfoundation.org. I have it on my Twitter and Instagram, or you can just type it in. But you can go there. We'll have all of our events, and you can read more about us. We have an about page. We'll have a bunch of pictures up there coming up soon. You can also go donate on there as well. Be subscribed to our mailing list and whatnot.
Great. So Kyle joins a long list of Astros with their philanthropic efforts. We've got Lance McCullers Jr. Foundation, Kyle Tucker Foundation, Bregman Cares, right? All right. Yep. Thanks for joining us, Kyle. And you guys can visit kyletuckerfoundation.org, make a donation. Everyone knows somebody that's been through this before, and so y'all make sure you help out.